Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Investor More. We're back at the Laundromat. We're going to see if we broke a record with sales this week with the new machine, different pricing. I also got the Lotus Esprit out for Fun Car Friday. That's such a fun car, just have to be careful with the Renault transmission. And don't forget, Mark's House of Cars is my YouTube channel if you want to see the cars. And I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers, so if you want to help me out, that'd be cool if you go over there and subscribe. Now we're going to get right into counting quarters because there was nobody in the laundromat today for once. So we're going to see what was in there, count them up, and see how we did compared to the last week's. And we'll check the pop machine, vending machines, all of that as well too. All right, we're going to check this, see how full of money it is. We collected money once already this week on a long weekend because of Memorial Day. So we had 1,060 over that weekend. I already refilled this once. I have not taken money out of here. So, whoops. It's not bad. Definitely not record setting. There's still $1 in there. We'll get that, don't worry. This one, that's pretty good. So we'll count that up, see how much we had total this week. And put more quarters in here, of course. We'll get our laundry money counted too. We'll try not to get attacked by any moths. And hopefully this little laundromat keeps doing well. I want to see how much money went in there because that gives us an indication of what might be in the machines. And this is the money I take home. So the quarters just keep getting recycled. And sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less than what's in the machines. But overall, we tend to collect more quarters than people take out. So eventually we'll need to take some of those quarters to the bank. So I think I'm starting to accumulate a few more than I actually need. But this ended up being 531 plus 1,060 we had earlier. So not bad, but not a record. All right, we're alone in here for once. So we're gonna get right into collecting quarters and see how long we can do that before someone shows up. That's a good start, a very good start. These are quarters that were already collected earlier this week from the big washers up front because I cannot let those go all week. And there are people doing laundry in here. They just don't happen to be in here right at this moment. They're out in their cars. So this is not bad so far. Oh, I was going to get myself an auger that I could attach to a drill and clean out one of the front drain lines, but I forgot to do that. I wonder, we'll see how much time I have today to do different things. It looks so different now. We used to have the big machine right there. We moved it up front. The concrete was broken right there, so it looks so different, but it's so nice having more machines up front. That's a nice box. That's a nice full box. That's a nice full box. Had a really good week last week, not quite a record, but close. That'd be awesome. That one's okay. If we could break another record, that'd be really awesome. Oh, not much in that one. Don't know what happened there. Yeah, not much in there either. What's looking good? That's better. That's better. It's much cleaner in here. That's okay. Then it has been, so that's good too. We've got our professional cleaners in here. I almost wonder if we need to, that's a good one too. Have them come more often though, because a laundromat will get trashed in like 5 minutes. It is crazy. But it looks, I wonder if they're just here. Like it hasn't looked this good for a while. We fixed the machines too, that's always great. We'll talk about that. Or maybe I already did talk about it. We'll see. Not bad. These are bigger coin boxes. And I can feel how heavy they are. You guys on the video can't really do that. You can't smell anything, you can't feel anything. That's okay. This is the one we fixed. this door was broken. So we have a new inner door. You can see it's not gray. It's white, but it still works. So yeah, that one just got fixed, so it won't have much use yet. It's one of the best feelings in the world when you fix an appliance for some reason. Well, this is looking very full, so that's encouraging. We'll see how the front machines are doing. One of them could have done better, but we had some drain issues. We'll talk about those too. We have out of order. I had an out of order sign on this one. I wonder if my guys came and fixed it on their own. You can tell we fixed some dryers. They had said they fixed the drain on that one, but then right away it started having issues again. So these will have drains that get clogged with random stuff, socks, bras, pens, keys, debit cards, who knows. And, oh yeah, different key. Those will keep it from draining, and so then it won't work. So I took that one apart yesterday. Yeah, this is one once it was broken. And there was nothing in kind of the drain catch. So I think maybe it was clogged all the way in the back. That's a good box too. Well, we're gonna have a good week. I don't know if it'll be a record or not, but so far it looks pretty good. So that's why I wanted to get an auger and kind of be able to drill back behind there. This one. So the sign, so maybe it's working again? I wonder what they did. That's crazy. So this is kind of our first week. That doesn't look like it's in there all the way. That's not good. But I've already opened this once, or emptied this once. This is our second time emptying it this week. So, not bad. Not quite as good as there. I don't think that was in there all the way. I don't think anyone did anything with it, but not bad. We want to get that almost to the top rim. I think we need to be like close to here to be a record. I think. Yeah, this one usually would have more in it, but it's been kind of down this week. So hopefully this one makes up for it. It's okay. I don't think that's a record. It's pretty good. It's close. That might be more than last week. That'll be really close. We'll have to see. Now we'll check the dryers. All right, so for the dryers, we recently raised our prices, and last week was our first time checking them after doing that, and we did have an increase. That's a good one. In revenue percentage from the drivers. So I was kind of doing some math, and in the very beginning, we had about a 3.6, the washers brought in 3.6 times more money than the dryers. My cart's running away. And then I'd realized, we had the awful laundromat repair guys who didn't change all the prices right in the machines. Then I got all the prices changed right, and that went down to about a 3.1. Multitasking. 3.1 times multiplier for dryer money versus washer money. Last week, I did the math, and we had a 2.6. So we definitely increased revenue from the dryers for sure by doing it. And I haven't seen a decrease in use or anything like that. We're still priced right in line or cheaper than the other laundromats in town. That's a good box. And people think, that's outrageous. You charge 7 minutes or a quarter for 7 minutes. And it's like, well, $1 will come close to drying your clothes. That's pretty cheap. And these machines are constantly breaking. That's another good. Use expensive gas and electricity, are expensive to buy, and need cleaned all the time, need the lint trays cleaned, so it's not all just free when you run a business. That is for sure. And I don't remember where on that bucket we need to be to hit a record or anything like that. These are looking pretty good. Pretty similar to last week, I'd say. Maybe a tiny bit less. I can't tell. Hard to say. Although, we've got 2 more dryers working than last week. We fixed 2 of them. So that would mean there's going to be less quarters per box. So maybe not. This one just spins all the time, nonstop. Don't know what's going on with it. This one up here works, but just with no heat. And some people like no heat. See, look, one person likes no heat. All right. We got through this whole place without someone coming in. That was amazing. Let's count these up and see what we've got. We haven't even checked the change machine yet, so I want to do that right away. I love seeing full buckets of quarters. That's fun. Now we're going to see how much we actually had in those machines. It seemed like a lot, but again, I've been wrong before. So, of course, the change machine's off to a rough start, but it'll get going, I promise. The dryers, I felt like it was a little bit less than last week, but it's hard to say. And the washers seemed pretty full, so maybe pretty close or more than last week. We'll see there too. My records are, if I get to my charts, oh, that's the wrong chart. I've got charts for both laundromats because we've got this laundromat, we've got the tiny laundromat. My record for this one is $471 worth of quarters for the dryer, which was last week, which is 1,884 quarters. And last week was the week we changed pricing. So we'll see where this hops in, if it comes more than that, the same, a little bit less. I'm interested to see. Like I said, we've had definitely a higher dryer to washer ratio last week than we've had. I'll be interested to see if that happens this week too. Still have quarters, but I'm getting lower. So I do not know if this is going to be a record or not. There's definitely not 300 and some quarters left in here. So we were a little short of the record for dryers. That's interesting. Well, let's see what the washers have. I sped this one up so it doesn't take quite as long. So there's so many more quarters with the washers than the dryers. And our record for washers is, that was back in the last month of April, about a month ago, $1,381, which is 1,381 times 4. I did that wrong. 1,381 times 4. 5,524 quarters. So we need 5,500 quarters to break our record. And as always, I stop around 2,000 because my machine freaks out sometimes. But this felt like a big bucket. I was wondering if we would break it or not. The problem is I've done this so many times, I've collected so many quarters, I don't always remember exactly what the record bucket was or how big that was. So we'll count them and see what we've got. And yes, I could just weigh them. That's another way to do this as well. I actually like doing the counting thing. I don't know why. But there's 2012, so we'll start this over again and see. I'm sure we're going to have more than 4,000 quarters. You know, a month ago, it was a goal to try and get to 4,000 quarters. That was really what I was trying to do, and we're having a tough time doing it. And there are quarters flying all over the place, too. I think I remember to get most of those. But it's a struggle to get to 4,000 quarters, which is $1,000. And now we're blowing past that most weeks, so that's really cool to see. The trends are still increasing. We're still increasing sales. So there's another quarter that fell down. Again, I think I got that one, but I'm not sure. These are not exact counts by any means. So we're coming up on 2,000 again. You can see the bucket filling up. The bucket does get heavy. I'm waiting for the day when that chair just snaps, and the bucket will probably fall on my foot and break my foot, and it'll all be on camera, don't worry. So we're at 4,000 now. So a good goal for me now, instead of getting to 4,000, is to get to at least 5,000. So I'm pretty happy if we get to at least 5,000 quarters a week for the washers. And I'm pretty sure that is not going to be an issue this week, but we'll see how far over that we can go. If we'll get, there's 5,000, and just barely. So 5,129 plus 6 some quarters there, somewhere around 1,135 quarters from the washers. All right, so before we show the full charts, we've got to check the vending machines and see how much money is in them. I did restock this, was it earlier this, or last week, I think? And that's pretty heavy. I know it's always hard to see, but there's quite a bit in there, so that's good to see. Everything was pretty stocked. Here's the pop machine. We added Coke in this last week, so I don't know if that's going to make a big difference or not, but we're low on Dr. Pepper and Mountain Dew, that's for sure. Still quite a few Cokes, and then we'll see how much money is in here. It's usually not that much. And there's money in there, but again, nothing crazy. We are definitely not like the other vending machine channels that are always getting tons of money in our pop machine. Here's the soap. Oh, we are way low on Tide. This might be a record, because I don't think I've seen the soap that low before. So we will see how much money is in here. That's quite a bit, and that's not the one that's going to be the fullest. The other one's going to be even fuller. Those quarters always get stuck in there. Yeah, that's the most quarters I've ever seen in there. So that's pretty cool. We'll have to count that up and see what's in there too. And of course I refilled all that as well, but I don't show all the boring parts here. And then let's see what the vending machine shows us. And this is the pop machine first. You can see I did things out of order. Usually I do the vending machines first. This time I did not. So 59, 60, plus I had some dimes and nickels, so 60, 25 or so in that range. Or 61 quarters, I should say. So, like 15 bucks. This is the vending machine. So we'll see how much is in here. Because that felt pretty full. And there's, yes, change just flying everywhere again. My change machine spits out anything that's not a quarter. 160 plus all of that change. That's a lot. That might be the most ever that we've had. And I'm just going to estimate how much change there is. There's probably another $80 or so in change that it spit out. Maybe 2. We'll say that. So that'll be interesting. Now, I really want to see what the soap machine does, because that one definitely, I think, is going to be a record. So let's get that in there and see what we've got for it. Oh, it made my coin machine jam. That's never happened, I don't think. This is looking fantastic. That is definitely a new record. So pretty cool to see. Now let's see what our chart shows us as far as all of that added up together, and then we will compare it to last week and see what we've got. I know many of you know this, but some may not. We took this over in September. I just took over the lease. I didn't have to buy the business or anything. The landlord was going to turn it into an office space and just liquidate all the machines. I took over the lease. Then I bought a defunct laundromat, machines from a defunct laundromat in Louisville, Colorado. Brought those all to Greeley, installed a bunch of those. We fixed a bunch of the machines here. They were already here, and we opened back up in December. Of course, I wanted to open up way sooner, but we all know how that goes. So we've been seeing steady increases, as you can see, since we opened. Until around March, we had a real flat kind of plateau, and I was like, and then we dropped some, like, oof, hopefully this isn't all we can do, because that was making some money, but barely any money. I feel like our break even is about $4,500 a month or so. So then we had that massive breakthrough in April, which was awesome to see. Huge records everywhere, kind of out of the blue. And then we went back down again. I was like, okay, hopefully that wasn't, just a fluke. And then last week we had a really good week. And this week we had a really good week too. Our second highest week ever. We barely beat last week because our soap came in with a new record at 67. Our old record was around 50. Our vending machine came in with a new record with 42. Our pop machine did not come in with a new record. But something that was really, really interesting, if you look at the dryers and the washers, we had more money in the washers last week and less money in the dryers, which is odd because it's not like we lowered the prices again. We had more dryers working this week than last week because we fixed some. So I don't know if because the weather's gotten nicer that people are going outside and air drying their laundry. I don't know if I missed a box or something and was distracted and didn't get all of them emptied. But that's definitely a different ratio. That ratio is, if we divide 1284 by 413, 3.10 times the washer is 3.1 times the dryers. Last week was 2.6 times. So it kind of went back to what it was before, which is strange. So we'll see if it's a continuing trend or a fluke, or maybe there'll be extra money in there next week because I'll find out I didn't get a box. Who knows? Either way, I'm very happy, very pleased to see what we're doing. If, we were able to do this consistently, we're making close, $7,500 a month, which is pretty cool to see. It's making money. It's starting to make decent money now. And I kind of posted some of this information on TikTok and my Facebook page. And my videos make me money too. Like this video on YouTube makes me a little bit, not a ton. If the videos were to take off and do really well, it'd make me more. But some of my just change machine videos on TikTok will make me a few $100s for a 60-second video. It's crazy. And then I'll post on Facebook, and some of those will make me $50 to $100. And I'll put a short on YouTube, which may make me less than $1, but it brings in a lot of followers and people who might watch these long form videos. So the Laundromat not only is making money in the real world, but it brings in probably a couple $1,000s a month on social media direct revenue, because TikTok pays creators, Facebook pays creators, Instagram pays creators, YouTube pays creators. And so that's pretty cool to see too. And it's definitely gotten me a ton more followers as well. That one 60-second video on TikTok brought in 800 followers from that one video. And we've had other ones that have done much better than that. So pretty cool to see. All right, we'll have more of these. If you have questions, comments, let me know. We don't have any real immediate plans for this laundromat. We have cleaners. We kind of changed the prices. Maybe we'll change the washer prices a little bit. I don't know how to do that yet. I have to look that up and figure that out. But I don't need to move machines anymore. I don't need to get new machines. Most of the dryers are all working okay, except for that one that just spins. I can't remember if I told you about that, but the one dryer on the far left bottom now, if it's plugged in, and you don't really plug them in, they're hardwired, but if we've got one wire off, it stops it from working. It just spins all the time. Door open, door not open, whether it has money or not, it just spins and it won't stop. So, but all the rest are working. Most of our washers are all working now. Really cool to see. And then maybe we focus on the baby small laundromat and try and get some bigger machines in there somehow. That could be the next step in our laundromat journey. All right, thanks for watching. We'll of course have more videos on our flips, rentals, rehabs, tenants, commercial properties, multifamily, all that coming up.